Hi everyone, Marco Carbajo here from businesscreditbuilders.org. Today's video we're going to talk about how to get business credit cards with no PG. That's right, no personal guarantee. We're going to share with you 5 different business credit cards with no PG. So let's get started. So first and foremost, what is a PG, also known as a personal guarantee? This is basically the textbook definition is when a bank, credit card issuer, or a lender, they put this on a loan agreement or credit card application that requires you, the owner or owners, to be personally responsible in the event that your company defaults on its debt payment. So that gives them that security blanket of a personal guarantee. So the one thing with this particular video, we're going to share with you 5 different credit cards that you can get with no PG. But the most important thing to remember is when a card issuer or a bank or a lender is not requiring a personal guarantee, which is a security measure for them, it really minimizes their risk. There's going to be some other compensating factors that offset that risk. So that's the most important thing for you to realize as a business owner when you're trying to get a no PG, no personal guarantee, which means there's no recourse to you. If your business defaults, they can't demand you for payment. They can't come after you for liability. So that no PG has to be compensated when they're requiring no PG. So let's talk about those other factors that warrant a credit card issuer or a bank or a lender to require no PG. And in this video, we're just talking about 5 different business credit cards. But what they look for, of course, is if you have large sums of cash reserves, that helps them minimize risk. So that may be one of the compensating factors that we're going to talk about today in these 5 different credit cards that allow them to give you a card with no personal guarantee. Another thing is revenue. Is your business producing good revenues? That's another risk factor. If they see healthy revenues coming in and out of the business, you have cash flow, that's another compensating factor that they may look at that allows them to give you credit with no personal guarantee. The third thing is an established business credit report. One of the card issuers on here will run a business credit check on your company. If you have a good DMB paydex score, then that's a qualifying factor for them to warrant to issue a no PG card, along with other compensating factors. Social media stats. What I love about this, what we put together in this video, these 5 different no PG business credit cards, is each of them are utilizing one of these or 2 of these or multiple compensating factors. And because they're using that, they're giving you this with no PG. Other things is more financials and assets, and that's not really covered with the 5 card issuers that we're going to talk about today. They really don't look into your financials as a business. They don't look into your assets that the business has. So it's mainly the first 4 compensating factors that we're going to talk about. Okay, so let's talk about number 1 is Divvy. This is a business credit card. It's called a Smart Corporate Card. You can go to smartcorporatecard.com. That'll take you right to the application. But let's get into the details of this card, what it's about, what does it take to qualify, and how do you apply, what do you need to apply. So we're going to break this down to you for each card step by step. First, they do run a soft personal credit check on your Experian report. So as a business owner, you know a soft personal credit check does not impact your credit score. It's not considered a hard inquiry. A soft personal credit check will not hurt your score at all. Also, this account does not report to your personal credit. So when you get approved, you're using this account, none of the activity shows up on your personal credit. It does report to your business credit report. So I recommend don't apply for this card unless you have a 650 or higher credit score on your Experian report. That's the minimum I would recommend for you to have. They're going to run a business credit check on you. And we're going to talk about that. They're going to run a DMB check on you. So you want to have an 80 paydex score. Also, no personal guarantee. This card, when you get approved, there's no PG required. They offer flexible rewards, no interest, and no annual fees. So another thing to realize is this particular card, it's a business credit card, but you have to pay your balance in full at the end of the month. So it's also, most people call that a charge card. Okay, it doesn't allow you to carry revolving debt. So remember, that is another compensating factor that allows them to reduce risk because they're not allowing you to carry debt. They know you're going to pay it off in 30 days, so that's why this particular card requires no personal guarantee. The advantage for you is that gives you a 30-day float on your money. So if you're buying some materials to produce products and then sell them, you have a 30-day window to pay back on that purchase. whether it's for any type of expenses, you pay it at the end of the month, 30 days, you have that float of your money for 30 days. So this allows you to conserve your cash flow for a 30-day period. This does include expense management software integration. So with this particular card, they give you an entire platform where you can manage all your business expenses. You can create virtual credit cards, which is really powerful. Did a video on this more in detail on how the virtual cards work. But at the end of the day, a virtual card allows you to protect yourself. So instead of using your main corporate card here for online purchases or subscriptions, you can create these virtual cards that give you a different credit card number that's tied to your main account. But in the event that you want to cancel subscription, or let's say a particular company that you have your card listed with, that they get a breach, a compromise, then you can shut down that card right away where it won't really affect your main card here. So that's a really great security measure, which I love having this virtual card integration. This does report to the Small Business Financial Exchange. What that is, that's a data warehouse. The Small Business Financial Exchange is not a business credit reporting agency. It's a data warehouse, but they utilize certified vendors. They approve them, and they're certified vendors who pull their data from SBFE and import them into their business credit files. So those certified vendors are Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax Small Business, and Experian Commercial. So anytime you hear of a lender, a card issuer, or a bank that reports to the Small Business Financial Exchange, just realize the business credit agencies, DNB, Experian, and Equifax Business, pull their data from SBFE, okay, which is huge. So what are the requirements to get approved for this particular corporate card with no PG? You have to have a physical company address. Now, most people, if you get a virtual office address set up, make sure the virtual office address, just Google that, and make sure it's a physical business address. Some of them you don't want to show up as a mail center or a delivery center or anything like that, because then you will want to use a different physical company address. You can use your home, and that's completely fine. It's much more widely accepted today. And you can use your virtual address as your business mailing address, okay? But they want a physical company address. Also, your business bank account has to at least be 6 months old. Don't apply if you're under 6 months. Also, you have to have a minimum of $5,000 in monthly revenue coming in. That's the minimum. The higher the revenue, the higher the credit limit you're going to be able to get, because their decision-making process is based on those factors of the soft personal credit check. How good is your personal credit? They're also going to look at your DMB score. Do you have an 88 paydex score? They're going to look at your revenues. That's a big factor in determining how much they're going to approve your credit limit for. Now, a DMB paydex score of 80, if you're not listed with Dun & Bradstreet, that's okay. It's not a requirement, but I do highly recommend that you have an 80 paydex score. That's a couple trade lines reporting that generates your paydex score. I've done plenty of videos of how to build your Dun & Bradstreet report, so watch this video right here, which gives you a couple of vendors that report to DMB. But once you establish your paydex score, that's just another benefiting factor. If you're a startup and let's say you have no revenues coming through your business, or you have bad personal credit, then definitely check out Divvy. Also has a prepaid business credit card. You can go to creditbuilderapply.com and get a prepaid business credit card, and that also reports to the business credit reporting agencies. Okay, so what do you need to apply for this particular card? You need your business information, obviously business address, business phone number, authorized signer of the card, employer identification number. You're going to need to connect your business bank account. Now, the Plaid is a software, and I want to take you kind of this website so you can, I recommend you do this, because once you get set up and you connect your bank account through this application, they're going to use Plaid, and Plaid is I'm not going to get into the technology part of it, so you can go to their website right here, which is plaid.com. So once you connect, I do recommend you go to Plaid, because after you connect and submit your application and they connect your bank account, you can go here and go to where it says consumers, and you're going to want to click on Control Access with Plaid Portal. So once you've applied with Divvy, they now have a connection with your bank account with Plaid, so they can have read-only access into your business bank account, and that's how they underwrite and see what the revenues are coming into your business, etc. But for you, if you want to know and have more control over what Plaid has gives access to these companies you apply for, you want to go to Plaid, click on that customer section, and you're going to click up Sign Up. You want to make sure you're in the Plaid portal, which I just shared with you. Click customer, and you're going to say your security is top priority. You're going to sign up here, and the way it works is you're going to have to put your mobile phone number. They're going to identify what accounts are connected with Plaid. You get a login here, and then they give you full access to all the companies that you've connected with using this particular software, and you can control your access, how much you want to give them. If you want to close access to a particular card that, let's say, they didn't approve you, then you want to close access so they're not continuously reading your bank account information. But remember, when you use Plaid, this doesn't mean you're giving these companies access to log into your particular bank account. They're only provided read-only access. Okay. Now let's talk about number 2, which is Torpago. This is a business credit card that also has no PG. You can go to nopgbusinesscreditcard.com. They get up to 1.25% cashback rewards if you use this particular link that we got set up for you. It's normally 1% if you go directly to their website, but you get an extra 0.25 cashback rewards by using our link, which is pretty cool. No personal credit check on this card. Okay, while Divvy does a soft credit check, this does no personal credit check. There's no personal guarantee on this no PG card. They give you flexible rewards as well, no interest and no annual fees. This is similar. You can't carry revolving debt on this card. You have to pay it off in 30 days. So remember, while you're hearing no PG, you make it really, really excited. But remember, the majority of these fintech cards or business credit cards that offer no PG, remember, compensating factor. They have not as strict requirements, but they may reduce risk because they only allow you to float your money for 30 days. If you're looking for like a revolving business credit card with no PG, then you have more Main Street cards like Cap One, American Express. They have these no PG corporate cards, but their compensating factors is you got to be doing $1 million plus in revenue or $2 million. I know there's some cards that require you to do $3 to $4 million. So that's how with those particular mainstream credit cards, you can get a no PG with them. Let's talk about the expense management software integration. Very similar to what Divvy has. They give you expense management platform with this particular card, and it reports to Dun & Bradstreet. So while Divvy reported to the Small Business Financial Exchange, this one reports directly to Dun & Bradstreet. Now, what are the requirements for this no PG card with Torpago? Physical company address, again. Business bank account has to be at least 6 months old. Minimum $5,000 in monthly deposits. So remember, there's a theme going on here. You'll see that they want a little bit of age, which is not much, 6 months of a business bank account, but there's a minimum revenue amount of $5,000 or more. So remember, these are the compensating factors that we talked about. What do I need to apply for this particular card? You need your business information, employer identification number, physical company address. You're going to connect your business account also with Plaid. So remember, Divvy uses Plaid, Torpago uses Plaid. That's a very trusted source of read-only access for card issuers or banks that are looking to underwrite you without you having to submit bank statements and sending those in. This is all done digitally, which is really nice. So the third one, let's talk about, this is another no PG business credit card. This is a little bit different though, because they require you to set up a bank account or an account with this company. It's called Mercury. Now, Mercury issues an IO business credit card, and this is now a compensating factor with this, you'll see, is cash on hand. So there's no personal credit check with this card, no personal guarantee, earn 1.5% cash back on your money, no interest and no annual fees, because again, this is a 30-day float on your money. You pay it in full at the end of the month. Now, the requirements to get this particular credit card for the business is you have to set up a Mercury account. So you go to mercury.com, and the minimum to get this card with no PG, no personal credit check, is they require you to have a minimum $50,000 in your Mercury account. It could be in your business checking account with Mercury. It could be your savings account. It could be in, I believe they have a money market account as well. But that's a compensating factor. Remember, we talked about they either want you to have strong cash reserves, or they want you to have revenues, or they want you to have a good business credit file, etc. So this is their particular compensating factor, is you got to have good cash reserves. But that's it. That's all they require. So you don't have to have an established business credit report to get this particular no PG card. You don't have to have a certain amount of revenues coming in. They just want to make sure you have $50,000 in cash reserves in your account to get this card. All right, so oops, let me go back. Now, what do you need to open up a Mercury account so you can get the IO business credit card? You need to be a US-based business, employer identification number, official company formation documents. So that's like a certificate of formation or articles of incorporation, depending on what your structure is. You need a picture of your driver's license or government ID. Now, when you set up an account with Mercury, you get a free business checking and savings account. There's no like monthly fees or statement fees with their checking. And then that's where you can load up funds. And again, this particular bank account is designed for startups. Okay, so there were other fintech companies out there that had no PG cards, but they required you to have 100,000 or more in your business account to get their no PG card. Okay, this one is the lowest that I've heard of, only 50,000 when it comes to cash, where they don't have a revenue requirement, but they have a cash reserves requirement. Okay, so let's talk about number 4. This is the Karat business credit card, and this particular business credit card is created for content creators. These are people who use the internet, who do social media, like you have a big YouTube channel or a Facebook page or a big Twitter following. If you're a content creator where your bulk of your business is using social media, you have a presence, this particular card was designed for content creators, which is great because they look at your following on your social media as a part of their underwriting process. They won't tell you the number you to be at, where to be at, but I'm going to give you some pointers to qualify for this card, which is really neat. Now, this link over here is our referral code. We appreciate if you use our link. Of course, get a nice little credit if someone signs up and gets approved. So make sure you use our link over here. You could just type it in. We'd appreciate it. No, there's no personal credit check on this particular card. There's no personal guarantee as well. So you'll see some of these cards we're talking about today, a lot of them don't require a personal credit check. Only one of them had a soft credit check. The rest were no personal credit checks and no PGs. But this allows you to choose rewards. You have custom categories, up to 3 categories with 1 to 3x points. And then you get 3 to 5 points on standard categories. And customize your card. Which is cool. You can upload your logo and they provide you your credit card with your logo on it, which is neat. And you can choose the color you want for your card. There's no interest and no annual fees on this credit card. Now, the requirements is you have to have an established following on a social platform, like whether it's YouTube, Twitter, your Facebook page, your Instagram page. If you're an influencer, you're a content creator, that's a big factor of what they look at because they weigh that as value on how much they're going to give you on this particular card. Also, look at your business bank account. You want to make sure your business bank account is at least 6 months old, and you want to make sure you have some revenues coming in, okay? Because remember, they don't just look at what your following is, they look at the engagement. Is there people engaging with you on your social media? Because it's easy sometimes to manipulate that. Some people buy followers or buy subscribers, but if there's no views, there's no interaction, obviously that can hurt you. Okay, so remember there has to be activity in there. So what I want to recommend is that Karat has this creator calculator, which is really neat. So this is it. This is Karat's website. So what you want to do when you go to their website, scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, and there's this creator calculator right here. So you're going to want to click on this calculator, and you will have to put in your email and select which platform you want, YouTube, etc. And then you're going to type. They're going to assess it and tell you what your value of the dollar value of your following is. So that kind of gives you an indicator of the value of your social presence. Okay, so my recommendation is, though, you want to make sure that you have a good following. I mean, like on YouTube, at least 10,000 subscribers at least. And then of course the other ones you want, if you have one strong social presence, that's fine. You don't have to link all of these, but if you have good social platforms on all of them, connect them all. That way they can assess your entire social presence. All right, so this is kind of a really neat tool that they have that kind of gives you an idea of what the value of your following is. And then of course to apply, you just click here, apply now. And you want to select Karat card there and then click next. and then you're going to create an account and then log into your account and start the application process. What's really neat about Karat, by the way, is they do have a concierge in there. So there's a phone number on there and an email. Every time you call them, they pick up right away, and they can look and see the status of your application, answer any questions you have, etc. So that's really, really cool. So the next thing is, what do you need to apply for the particular Karat card? Do you need to select the Karat card like I just told you, create an account, email and password. You're going to connect your bank account, and they also use Plaid with Karat. So you'll see several of these credit cards with no PG, they're underwriting you by using Plaid. Okay, so they have read-only access. They're seeing your bank account activity. So make sure when you do connect, like I said, connect with Plaid and get on their portal there. That way you can see all these applications, and also you can control what data you're providing to these credit card issuers. Okay. Then also you connect your social media accounts when you log into your Karat account. So that's number 4. Let's talk about number 5. This is a business credit card. This by far is the easiest no PG business credit card you can get. The easiest requirements. This is a secured business credit card. You can go to securedbusinesscredit.org. 1.5% cash back and rewards. There's no personal credit check, no personal guarantee, no interest and no annual fees, because again, you pay off the balance in full at the end of the month. This does report to Experian Business. So this helps you also build business credit. The requirements is you need an employer identification number, just 3 months in business. You need a business bank account, and you do have to put down a security deposit of a minimum of $500. Your security deposit is going to equal your credit limit. So that security deposit doesn't get touched. Okay, but when you get $500 down on your security, you're going to get a $500 credit limit. When you use the card, you have to pay that $500 off at the end of the month. They don't use your security deposit to pay that off. That security deposit is there as security in the case of if you default. They have that money there to cover it. That's why this is a no PG card. Okay, so think about this. Compensating factor is they have this security deposit if you default. That's why there's no personal credit check. That's why there's no personal guarantee. So it just makes sense, right? There are some restricted industries. If you're in casinos, adult payday loans, they won't allow you to open up this particular card. But this is a really simple card for those of you who are just getting started out. So there it is. We share with you 5 no PG business credit cards. Okay, so if you want to know a little bit more about what we do, I really appreciate if you like this video, found value in it, please give us a thumbs up. Put in the comments in the section if you got approved for one of these cards. We'd appreciate your feedback. And click the subscribe button. That way you're notified every time we put a video out. Our website, Business Credit Builders with an S.org. We have a do-it-yourself business credit building platform, and we also have done-for-you funding solutions, where we actually acquire business credit card funding for you, revolving lines of credit, business loans, etc. So if you're looking for additional funding and you want us to do the work, definitely check out our website, businesscreditbuilders.org. With that, make it a great day, and we'll talk to you real soon.